Looks that the dog is ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready as
So
well.
today we are talking about nutrition and nutrition for Hyrox, but in nutrition in general. What do we know about nutrition, Joanna?
So let's talk about what food we should eat daily, or what food is good for us. So I always, when people are coming to me for a session, I always recommend them to go as natural as possible, to eat real food, to not get stuff in the packets where it's ready, just plain food, fruits, nuts, meat, fish, all this stuff. So I always say, choose this first. If you are lost, you don't know where to start.
So why this is important not to eat processed food?
Because you never know what's inside. You buy a ready meal, or you buy something which is in a box, and it has so many ingredients that first of all you lose connection with the nature, but second is like so many things are not good for your health in this food.
hmm Yeah, because most of the foods are prepared to last long on the shelf, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to taste good, very good, too good for us. So they pack them with a lot of crap, unless you are ready and spend a lot of money for like very good quality prepared food. But it's still they are still on the shelf, so they are not the best.
And people also, once it's packaged and named, people can make lots of money for it. And for normal food like, carrots or steak, this is it. They can only make so much. So when they process it and add something extra, then they raise the price.
Yeah. So I think it's more there is adverts for something. If you watch TV and you see adverts for some food, this food is probably making a lot of money to this company because they got enough money to spend on the adverts. And so my worst enemy is the cereals.
Oh, yes.
The morning cereals, something. So when you wake up in the morning, you should eat something natural. You should eat some proteins and you should maybe some good carbs and some fats. But we've been told that the best food to eat is this packaged thing which was like sweet. It's just sweetness
Full of
there.
sugar.
So it's like a carbs with sugar with a lot of carbs on the top
Yeah.
of that. It's just ridiculous, and kids love this, and we hook kids from very early stage, like when they are 3 or 4, and I still got clients now in their 40s. They still eat this because it's like that's what they used to. This is the best food, isn't it? It's got vitamins and stuff, but they basically the manufacturers they need to add vitamins there. So it's just completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and you have this spike of insulin when you eat them, and you crash after a couple of hours or even less,
Oh, sometimes it's like half an hour, and
and you're hungry again because obviously there is nothing there. It's just empty calories, really.
and your body it's super important to remember that your body wants to get all the nutrients in the meal. So sometimes if you're craving something, if you eat, let's say you eat those cereals and you're craving something else, it's your body telling you like, I didn't get everything at what I wanted, please give me something more. And what you do, you eat Snickers bar or something else, and it's still your body's like, come on, give me what I need, and you're still not giving it, and you can just go like whole day like this without actually delivering the products which your body needs to create the energy for you.
Yeah. So what would you say instead of the cereals? What would be the best? The other, maybe not the best because there's lots of options.
Well, that might be controversial, but most of the time I skip my breakfast.
Mm.
So I do a lot of things in the morning without eating, and so I basically increasing the time where I don't eat. So I basically fast. So let's say my last meal is around 8 p.m. or maybe 9 p.m. and the first meal it would be around 12ish, 11ish. Like today is 11 now, but I exercised, I went out with the dog for a run, I came back, I had the shower, and I had the steak. I really like steak for in the morning. I know it's quite controversial, but it works for me really well. I eat one steak and I'm full until 4 or 5 before and so I eat some salad, maybe with some eggs just before going to the classes.
So proteins for breakfast.
Proteins and fats.
Yeah, I had today cottage cheese with some nuts, banana, and peanut butter. So I often have this breakfast, and it's also like cottage cheese has lots of proteins, so it gives this boost, and I'm not hungry for a long time after it.
Hmm. And when I want to do exercising and heavy exercising, I make sure that I eat some carbs, because this is the carbs are fuel. This is what fuels you basically. So if you don't eat carbs and you try to exercise on empty stomach, the slow long cardio is fine, but if you want to do interval training and you want to work on your strength, or if you want to work on your speed, you need to get some carbs. So at this time, if I want to do that, I eat probably banana or two with some peanut butter on.
Yeah, so
That's my
proteins as well. A little bit of proteins, a little bit of carbs.
and the carbs.
So yeah, this is what I do as well. If I go for training, if I have hard training in the morning, I have just a little bit of food so I don't crash. And I often before, when I haven't done it, I feel just really unwell and my performance is low and I feel sick as well.
Hmm.
So very important. Tip number 1: eat something before hard exercise session.
But give yourself like an hour or two beforehand. You need to test it, basically. Sometimes I've got the porridge as well. Porridge is good, especially before the races, like when the Hyrox. So next Hyrox is in London for me, for you as well, and next week. So my wave starts at 11. So basically, I'm gonna wake up around 8ish, and then I'm gonna have a porridge, big porridge with some nuts and things in it, maybe some banana, and then I'm not gonna have anything else. I'm gonna have a cup or two of coffee, and then say around 20 minutes before the race, I'm gonna have a, how you call it, the block. It's like like a
Gels,
like a nutritional thing like this, and then I will have one in my pocket for in the middle of the race, because it's gonna take me hour 20 probably this time. So after like 40 minutes, I'm gonna have one gel.
So it's the same gel you would buy for a run, like you can get them in any shop on Amazon, or
Yeah.
any online provider who sells food for races. So you can get a gel or a bar. I wouldn't recommend a bar for this stuff because
No.
you're gonna spend hour to chew
Chewing.
it. So something which is liquidy, or the blocks which Leszek mentioned, they're like a gummies,
Gummies. Yeah.
gummy squares, which they dissolve very quickly. So
I
something like
like
that.
them.
Yeah.
I prefer them than the gels, because gels get me like like sometimes you're feeling them in your throat, and then with the block, it just goes quickly to your belly.
Yeah, so my race is at 6:30 in the evening, so my story is totally different. I usually do the same what Leszek does when I have the race in the morning. So I eat maybe porridge or brecher muesli, overnight oats, something like this in the morning. Have a cup of coffee. I love coffee, and then 10 minutes before the race, probably I would have the gel just to give me a boost. So the breakfast I would eat 2 hours before, and then 10 minutes before I would eat the gel. But because it's at 6:30, so I've got the whole day. So I'm gonna have my normal breakfast, I guess, and then I will have a lunch, and then I'm gonna have something else. So I will try to have my last meal 2 hours before, so that'll be 4:30, and then again I will have a gel ready just to get it just before the start. That's my plan.
And then probably we're gonna have very similar food after the race, because the race is not finishing when you finish when you're on the finish line. The race finished the same like any training finishes with the first meal you have it, because this is where you start recovering. So we the best thing what I found is it's a protein shake basically. This is very quickly. You don't have to go and buy something, try to no, it's just there for you. I like the one with this, like a recovery one with some carbs in it. So there's a carbs and then proteins, and you have this like half an hour, 20 minutes after the race, and then after that there is obviously dinner and stuff. So
yeah, so that's very important. Just have it ready, pack it in your race bag that you have this shake. Don't wait 2 hours, or when you go to the meal, because it always takes time and you need something very quickly to recover and not to feel too bad.
Yeah, it depends how far you push yourself.
Yeah. So you've got the all that food for the racing and after the racing, but let's talk about for normal workouts because that's also very important. So when you work out, we did say we have something just before the workout if it's intense, some food, but what do you have after the workout? That's
Exactly
another
the
thing.
same thing. I want to go for proteins, around 30 grams of proteins, and you can again go with the protein shake, or you can go and eat 4x, for example, or eat the steak, or eat the chicken salad, something with the proteins,
So
basically.
I would say if you know you're going back home after your training session, then just eat normal food. But if you know you will be doing things after, and this is often what we do, we train and then we have maybe a couple of other sessions where we train other people, then I have the protein shake. So my muscles have something to recover with.
Yeah, because it's important, that training basically breaks your muscles. That's what you do, especially when you do the strength training. But a lot of stuff from the Hyrox is like high intensity, so you do break your muscles, uh, and your body needs the protein to fix it. And your proteins, they don't float in your blood system all the time. You need to deliver them. So deliver them as quick as possible, and let your body just recover. So you should feel tired, and don't force yourself not to be tired, because if you did the hard training, that's what's going to happen. You are tired. Eat nice food, take relaxing bath, go to sleep. Try not to drink too much alcohol. I know we like people do drink every so often. We drink a beer or two, but it's probably not the best thing after the race or after hard training, because you're kind of slowing down the recovery process.
And just to add to this, for female after the training we have shorter window than men, so we have 30 minutes to give the protein back to the body. So, ladies, we need to be quick with this. I think for men is up to 1 hour, so it's a little bit better. It's just our physiology is a little bit different, so that's why keep it in mind. We have to be quick. So the shake might be an option, the best
and
option.
and because this is the podcast for people who just starting racing, uh, one super important tip: don't try new things on the day of the race. That's the worst thing you can do. So whatever we tell you, or whatever you find out on internet, or whatever your best friend tells you, I eat 3 steaks before my race and I feel fantastic, don't do that.
Try it.
You need to try it.
Mm.
Just do this couple of times before. Maybe use it like do this before the training session and see how your body reacts. Because we've been racing things for years now, from Ironmans to race to different normal triathlons, now Hyrox, and it's like I exactly know how my body reacts to different things, so I can do this, and I know on the day I will be completely fine. If you haven't done it, try it.
Even those gels we mentioned, try them.
Yeah,
Go for take them for a workout, take them for a run, see if you like them, because this is the worst thing. Uh, Having a gel maybe which needs water with, there are those gels that they are very thick, and then you will be running, with very dry mouth.
you might be surprised. So again,
Try
go
it.
try it, and don't be stupid. Um, Lastly, on this one, we can just touch a little bit about supplements, about things we take on the daily basis, and the things we do before the competition. I'm not saying this is something you have to do, but that's what we do, and this is what helps us. So starting from what we do normally,
The I would say the branched chain amino acids, BCAA.
Mhm.
I'm just like
I'm not.
yeah. So they help with the recovery. So if if you especially like that's for females, but also for anyone who maybe is vegan or vegetarian,
Mhm.
this will help your muscles. So take them. I think it's 2 tablets or something like that, depending obviously of the brand. After the workout, they sometimes recommend before the workout as well. So you can try this. This helps with recovery of the muscles.
Okay, so we already mentioned proteins, like regular proteins. So this is another thing which we use. I use creatine a lot, a lot, the way it should be used. Creatine is one of the this supplement's been studied for years, and it gives great results, and it's allowed, so you can take it, no problem. There is no really nothing can go wrong with creatine. The only thing is you retain some more water, so you might put on weight.
Yeah, so I'm not taking this. I don't want to be.
You might
I
get a
don't know.
little bit bigger. So basically, if you take creatine and you do the strength training, your volume, your muscles are getting swollen a bit.
So I'm not taking creatine.
But
Just to yeah, Leszek is taking. I'm not taking.
but it's increases your endurance as well, and increasing your strength, and you don't take this all the time. I take 6 weeks on, and I take like 2 or 3 weeks off. I know you're just going back and forth
But
between that.
people been telling you that oh, you got bigger recently. So I think this is one of the training and this
No, my
probably.
training program is good.
Oh,
That's what it is. The other supplement which we take, it's the vitamin D, vitamin D3, isn't it? We are in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and although today is sunny, but most of the days in the winter it's dark and miserable, and we need vitamin D for everything in the body. It's from the mood to health through everything, and it's really hard to obtain it by in here by sun, because normally what you do in the summer, you just go out for half an hour on the sun with the shorts on and t-shirt, and you're fine. You don't have to take anything. But the moment the sun is a little bit lower, I'm start taking. I do take the vitamin D, and I will be taking this until like probably March every day.
hmm.
It's MU.
Yeah, I do take. I'm taking it through the winter and autumn, and then during the summer I stop.
Yeah, because there's no
That's what I
point.
do.
There's
Yeah.
no point.
I also take the turmeric tablets. That's to strengthen my immune system. I love my turmeric
Ooh,
tablets.
turmeric.
So they are turmeric tablets with oil and black pepper to activate turmeric. So that's what I do. And also I take the vitamin C, the big dose of vitamin C, but that's also during more during the winter, and I never do it after the training because that will, the vitamin C, it has basically, you need those muscles to break to get stronger, and vitamin C would prevent it.
Okay.
So I never do that after the
Because
workout.
is it not the vitamin C antioxidant? And if it's antioxidant, then you just need your body allow to recover on its own
Yeah,
pace. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
yeah,
The same like going to the cold water straight after strength session. You're gonna recover, but you're not you're not gonna have any gains. So you need to be careful with those things. So this is basically on the supplements. Uh
covering the going back to the food again.
huh.
So we did say about the protein. So the best sources of protein. I mean, meat is it's amazing because it's the highest. It has the highest amount of protein, the small amounts. If you are vegetarian, that's a trickier. Vegetarian, vegan. Uh,
No, but vegetarian can still eat fish, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh no.
well, no, not really. If you are pescatarian, then yes.
Okay.
But you can eat cheese and things like that. So that has also protein if you're a vegetarian. But if you're a vegan, that's beans most of the time. Hemp is quite rich. There are things I'm not a big fan, and I would. That goes to the bucket of processed food, like all the fake meat, which is I'm just totally against this. Like all the brands which are making um, meat free substitutes
Yeah,
of
that's
yeah, it's
that's
just
that's ridiculous.
it's the same like you would eat the cereals or you eat any processed food.
If you want to eat meat, eat meat. If you don't want to eat meat, don't eat
Eat real food.
eat real food. Just don't eat this crap.
Because it has so when you look at the packages it like has so much stuff, so I totally avoided all this processed
Yeah, it's
package things.
just total nonsense. They're just creating the market for themselves, and they're gonna sell it a lot, and then not really looking at your health and stuff. They will tell you that the meat is wrong and it's bad, but it's in reality, if you compare this stuff, the meat, to the
The
stuff they're selling you,
yeah,
it's just night and day.
but yeah, if you go for organic meat, for local, that's the best way.
The meat source.
Yeah. And the carbs, you need carbs in your body. There is lots of these diets which try to cut the carbs. We need everything, especially when you train. When you want to lose weight, that's a different story. But if you train, you need carbs. And the best carbs, I always think, are the ones from the real food as well. So,
Yeah. Well, there are some people who are doing keto and they're doing really well on keto, but I think it's like you cannot say this is the best way to do it, because sometimes some people are just better in it. Our genetics are completely different, and we are all on the scale. And it's if it's something work for one person, it not necessarily work for the other person. So someone might be amazing on keto, never touching the carbs in his life, and he will be super energetic and will have a lot of energy and building muscle, but the other person will be miserable without carbs. So just make a good decision by observing yourself. You can go keto for a couple of weeks, see how do you feel, then start adding carbs, see how you feel. I like the balance approach. The older I get, more balanced I become, and it's like at this moment I just try eat the way my grandma would eat.
And the last thing we need, it's fat. So we do need fat. That was another thing. A few years back, they were telling us, don't touch fat. It's unhealthy for you. It's bad.
Of course.
And you can see lots of products in the shops with 0% fat.
When I was in my 20s, I've been told, because I was always on the top of the research and I was like looking what's the most important thing to do next for my health. And then I figured out that at this time there was like 0 fat everywhere. So I started drinking milk without fat. And my dad would laugh at me. He was like, what the fuck is that? It's like, you can't, it's just water. And I was like, no, that is good. And then after 20 years, no, earlier than that, I changed my mind completely. So now if we drink milk, we drink the full fat milk.
Yeah, but there is lots of healthy fats, which is nice to add into your diet, because some vitamins only absorb when there is fat present. They don't absorb in our body otherwise. So if you're eating a salad without oil, that's pointless.
And there is a reason for this oil. Italians got it right. They always put a little bit of oil on the top of the salad. If you don't do this because you think that you're gonna get healthier or you're gonna lose fat, not eating fat, that's completely fallacy. But I think this is the topic for the next time.
Yeah.
We can talk about how to lose fat when you train for Hyrox or something like that next time.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Did we cover everything?
I think so. Yeah, we covered the race day nutrition. That was very important.
And the general
eating and some supplements. So I think, yes, if you guys have any questions,
please let us know. Please share the podcast with anyone who might listen to it. We are on YouTube, so you can see us like this, but you are also on Spotify and on all different places as well. I think it's iTunes and stuff. If you like this, please like it, share it, comment. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
And it just be like that, let it breathe like that. And it breathe like that. And it just be like that, let it breathe like that. And it just be